Okay guys, so today we have gathered you here to read some ebooks. Let's begin then.
Jack and the JML Beanstalk. Tired of your silly old cow? Trade it in for some JML Magic Beans. With the new JML Magic Beans, you can escape your silly cow by climbing the JML Beanstalk. But if you fall, JML is not responsible.
Great enthusiasm, but less of the JML. Nice to meet you, Mr. Bean. Start reading whenever you're ready.
Bean.
Yeah, I know you're Mr. Bean. Start reading the story when you are ready. Well?
Bean.
Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood was running through the forest when she reached her grandma's house. Grandma was reading when the wolf ran in and ravaged her. Little Red Riding Hood started crying when she realized her grandma was replaced by the wolf. Really angry, she screamed for the strong lumberjack, who strikes the wolf hard with his axe and saved Grandma.
Stone Cold Steve Austin says the first bastard pig built his shack out of straw. Stone Cold Steve Austin says that was a big fucking mistake. Stone Cold Steve Austin could rip that shit down, never mind that sumbitch wolf. Stone Cold Steve Austin saw that sumbitch wolf demolish that shit shack faster than Stone Cold Steve Austin could beat your skinny ass up. Stone Cold Steve Austin says the second bastard pig built his shack out of wood. Stone Cold Steve Austin says that's slightly smarter than that other bastard pig, but Stone Cold Steve Austin could still wreck that pile of asswipe crap. Stone Cold Steve Austin saw the sumbitch wolf blow away that shitty wooden shack like it was the sawdust from the blades of Stone Cold Steve Austin's chainsaw. Stone Cold Steve Austin says the third bastard pig built his house out of bricks. Stone Cold Steve Austin could easily get through that shitty attempt at security, but it might be strong enough to stop the sumbitch werewolf. Stone Cold Steve Austin saw that sumbitch wolf fail to blow that shit down like the weak bitch that he is, and the pussy gave up after that shit.
Do that again without speaking in the third person and without the swearing.
Thea Theta Thick a Thick a Thickle Fetters. A Thick a Thickle Fetters Theta Theta Thick. If Theta Theta Thick a Thick a Thickle Fetters, where's the Thick a Thick Feathers Theta Theta Thick?
It was a that stop me there. It was.
I hope that's not COVID. You better go home just in case. Hansel and Gretel got lost in the woods and left a trail of breadcrumbs. They find a house made of candy canes and gingerbread, so they stuff their faces. Come on! Why are Germans always betrayed as greedy shits? Augustus and these fuckers. Anyway, I was a bodybuilder, not a fat slob. But back to the story. The house belongs to the evil witch. She invites them in, and she is pissed that people keep eating her house, so she plots to fatten them up and eat them. But because us Germans are so smart and strong, they threw her into the oven instead. Germans never lose, it's impossible. Less of the big ego. You guys are always losing. Anyhow, riddle me this. How many world wars did Germany win? None.
Humpty Dumpty sat on wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Cinderella was abused by her mother and wicked evil stepsisters who...
You don't sound up to it today. Your breathing's a bit thingy. Maybe you should go see a doctor and we'll fit you in another day. I didn't mean to kill her. My icy fingers grabbed her arm in the darkness. A scream echoed around the house. A cry. What have I done? I stared in disbelief at the horrific sight in my bedroom. I dragged her body into the garden and then patched my scratch on my face. But I knew karma would catch up with me. Eventually, I dug the grave as deep as I could. But the dirt kept getting in my fingernails.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. One day, Goldilocks was walking through the forest and found a house she'd never seen before. Goldilocks was starving, so she decided to see if the house had any food. She entered and found 3 bowls of porridge. One was too hot, one was too cold, and one was just right. Then she decided to sit for a while. So she decided to sit on 3 chairs. One was too hard, one was too soft, and one was just right. Then she decided to have a little nap. So she went to the bedroom and found 3 beds. One was too hard, one was too soft, and one was just right. Then the 3 bears returned home only to find their food eaten, their seats broken, and their beds occupied. So without warning, they ate her. I mean, she did deserve it. She's practically a criminal. What will you be reading? Meep Meep? Never heard of it. How does that one go? Well, that was lackluster. On to the next story. What will you be reading next? Vroom? Never heard of it. What does it, where he's gone?
These beautiful strings are magical things. Grab onto the bow and go with the flow. He played her a tune and she picked it up soon. Some beautiful notes that floated like boats. It was truly beautiful, like an exotic bird. It was the best bit of music Sally had ever heard.
Could you try and read it in a happier tone of voice? It is a happy story after all.
Everything happens to Eeyore.
Mary was dead to begin with. There was no doubt about that. Raggy, this is creepy already.
Like Scrooge looked at his door knocker and saw not a knocker, but the face of Jacob Marley. Jacob Marley, Zoink Scoop. This is horrifying.
Rouge went into his living room and saw the full ghost of Jacob Marley, wrapped in chains. Raggy, this is spooky.
You'll be visited by 3 other ghosts. Zoink Scoop. There's 3 more to come. I'm not reading any more of this. Let's get some Scooby snacks.
It's nice to meet you, Tom and Jerry. You can both read when you are ready. Come on, be civil, no fighting. Read the book, then take this outside. What did I say? Stop it. Oh, forget it.
Diddle diddle hey. Fiddle. And the cat. The moon. The cow jumped over. Laughed, the dog did. Such joy it brought him. Ran away with the spoon, the dish did.
Good recording, but you got all of it, the wrong way round.
Correct order, I spoke it. Fail, I did not.
Wendy and Tasha were sat in a library. Tasha was looking for a book, but couldn't find it, so she whispered to Wendy, "Have you seen any books about miming?" Wendy whispered, "No, but there's one on mining." So Tasha asked the receptionist, "Do you have any books on miming?" The receptionist replied, "No, but we have books on rhyming."
Well done for reading it word for word. But could you try reading it a little quieter? It is set in a library, not a mosh pit.
There once was a little boy who got a very large toy. He played with it for hours. Oh, what joy! He took it when he went to see Roy. Him and Roy enjoyed it all day long, but his mum told him to go home. Oh, how wrong. Roy's mum rang his mum over the phone and asked if he could sleep over since he had grown.
It is a happy story, so try and sound like you're happy.
I am happy.
Yeah, well you don't sound it. Nice to meet you, Mr. Go Compare. Are you ready to read?
Si,
These books are written in English. Can you speak English?
si.
Say something in English.
Go compare!
Next person, please. She knew she wasn't alone in the house, but she didn't know who was there with her. My footsteps echoed through the house as I followed her. All she could see was a mysterious grey shadow. Closer and closer I got. Bigger and bigger the shadow became, and that's when I pounced, stabbing her in the chest. Yay! I never wanted to kill until today. Will I regret it? Only time will tell. My next step, getting rid of the body.
They was 4 and 8 and the little one said roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There was 3 in the bed and the little one said roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. There was 2 in the bed and the little one said roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out.
Could you do that a bit slower? Kids need to be able to keep up with this. At that speed, not even a big velocity pen could.
I say. Jessica boy, Miranda boy, Kate boy, Sophie boy, and Betty boy went to the park. I say the park. And I say, they met with Chloe boy and Rebecca boy, who were waiting for Lucy boy. And I say, Natasha boy, so they could find Gemma boy and Lily boy. And I say, go and enjoy their day. I say, when they all finally met. I say, all the boys wanted ice cream. There once was an ugly duckling, but it was actually a swan, but not a duck. Sorry, spoiler alert. But anyway, before that, it was bullied by the other ducklings, which is extremely awful and should be stopped. It's bad for mental health. So, Victoria to stop the bullying of ducks and maybe children, although I don't really like children that much. Join us next time when I read the stories, because none of these fucking bastard celebrities can fucking read shit properly. May as well have got Joey Essex to read. Probably would have done a better job.